Hi everyone, my name's Christina, and I study physics, or at least I hope to in the future. You see, when I was in high school, I really enjoyed math and I really enjoyed science, and the teachers that I had saw that, so they helped nurture that love and guide me to ways that I could help use that in my future. And I know that if they saw that I had dropped out, they'd be really upset and disappointed in me. But now I'm back, and I'm more dedicated to my goal than ever, and I have a new mentor to thank for that. His name is Dr. Brian May. Dr. Brian May is an astrophysicist based out of London. He went to school at the Imperial College of London, where he studied physics and math. He got his bachelor's and his second class, which is basically a master's degree, and he graduated with honors in both. He then enrolled in their PhD program, but he dropped out a few years later to pursue another passion of his. If you don't know who Brian May is, he's not only a world-renowned astrophysicist, but he also is the lead guitarist of the 1970s rock band Queen. After the initial success of Queen and after Freddie Mercury's passing, Dr. May re-enrolled in Imperial's PhD program and graduated in 2008. With his degrees, he's been able to co-author many scientific journals, scientific papers, he's co-written books, he gets to work with government associations like NASA to discover things within our solar system and beyond, and he gets to mentor students going through the same astrophysics program that he went through. What I've learned from him is that it's never too late to go back to school, and you're never too old. He got his PhD when he was 61 years old. What inspires me about him is that he had so much passion for these two things. It's so much dedication. He wanted to stay in school because it was important to him and it was important to his parents that he got an education. But he also had this passion for music that he wanted to pursue to see what he could make out of it. And when he realized he didn't have enough time to give his all to both of them, he made a choice to follow his heart, to follow music, and see if he could become anything. And I think he did a pretty good job of that. But then in the end, he ended up getting his PhD too. And although he sacrificed a lot along the way to achieve both of his dreams, he ended up getting everything he wanted. The thing driving my education right now is just sheer will and determination. The desire to not have a miserable life. Before I decided to go back to school, I was waking up miserable, I was going to work miserable, I was coming home miserable, and nothing that used to make me happy made me happy anymore. And so I knew something needed to change. And the change that I decided to make was to go back to school, to go back to learn a career that would make me happy, would help me become a better person than I was, and just to put something back into the world, to have a better life. But with that comes a lot of fear. And one of my biggest fears is, how will I be able to afford it? I know many of you, like me, are paying for this out of pocket, and the scariest thing in the world is, where will my next tuition payment come from? Where will next semester come from? Next year? And so on and so forth. And another thing that really scares me is just me being way too hard on myself. The first time any of my grades dropped below 100%, I got really down. Like Dr. May, I want to follow in his footsteps and obtain my own PhD from Imperial College. And every time I would lose a point on an assignment, no matter how small, I felt that was me taking one step back to getting accepted to that school, to getting my foot in the door, to my future in general. And I know that's not true, and that's something that I need to work on. So my problem-solving strategies for everyone and myself is ask for help. If you need help, ask someone. There's no shame in asking for help. Everyone is there willing to help you, and if the person you go to doesn't know the answer, they probably know someone who does know the answer. Use resources that are available to you. They're there for a reason. Don't just look them up and say, hey, that's cool, maybe I will go use that, maybe I'll look more into it. Go use it. It's there for us to use. And finally, take time for yourself. We are all busy, we all have things we have to do outside of the classroom, but taking care of yourself should be everyone's number one priority. Do something that relaxes you. Me, I play video games every Sunday. It de-stresses me and it brings me joy and it gets me ready for the long work and school week ahead. Mental health is important. You need to take time for yourself to be able to do well in life. Thank you for listening, and I hope you all have a good night.